All right, guys, we got my wife. She's about to come work with us on the S10. Huh?
What?
Yeah.
I'm here for moral support.
That's right. It's good moral support. Dang, I just tripped on that chute, falling out the house. Currently, we're about to go get our breakfast on, and then we're gonna work on this truck. The agenda today for the truck is I am actually gonna mount up the transmission, mainly to, number one, to figure out where the shifter placement's gonna be, two, to measure out the drive shaft so we could go and get the drive shaft made for the truck. The transmission will probably come out again after today, but we just gotta do these proper provisions to get some stuff made. All right, guys, we got the T56. I'm gonna pull the shifter off of it. We're gonna put this on the transmission jack and we'll slide it under the car, under the truck. We're gonna mark under the truck where the shifter will be. Also, I'm gonna mount it with bolts temporarily with the transmission jack, and then we're gonna measure pretty much from the tail housing here to where the drive shaft would bolt up to the diff. Then after that, I have to make my dad's a parts list of what he needs to get for the rest of the truck, mainly accessories, and he's gonna go with the ICT accessory brackets, much like I have on the 300Z, and it should work very, very well. My dad also wants the car intake versus the truck intake, so we're gonna find him either an LS6 or LS1 or LS6 intake. That portion will be done, and literally it'll be little stuff. We have headers coming from Speed Engineering, and then I'll end up making the rest of the exhaust for him and going from there. So now I did also order a new pickup tube. Instead of just going a whole new pan on the... Now I did order a new pickup tube. I was just thinking about it, instead of ordering a whole new pan, I just ordered another pickup tube, and then we're gonna get like the little girdle for the pickup tube, just so it seals. The main reason I have no oil pressure is because the pickup tube in there now is slightly bent and it won't seal the O-ring all the way into the oil pump. So, all right guys, we got the transmission on the trans jack. I'm gonna pull the shifter off real quick. There. We got that Chris Breezy in the background, and we got my secretary over there.
Yes, working away.
Yeah. So guys, my wife really wants to drive the Z once it's finished, and so I kind of decided that the Z is her car, and she really wants the automatic.
Yes.
So
I don't know. A lot of people are giving me a hard time saying that. People are saying that I need to learn how to drive a stick. So I don't know. I'm still like, you know.
I mean, the GTO, as long as you're not in boost, it's really mellow, so you can drive that one.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll take you later on today.
I mean, I guess I will have to learn.
Yeah, later on today.
The GTO?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me do a checklist. Let me do a checklist on it real quick. Make sure we're good again, because like I said, we had the plagues in that car for a moment.
I know, for real.
So Viv was saying she wants, you know, like every winter I seem to do a fairly good sized project. So she was saying I should go twins in the GTO now.
I did suggest that. I didn't think he was gonna take it that serious, but like I shouldn't have said nothing.
No,
I swear, you think just because I suggested you should do it?
It's a great idea.
I cannot.
She gives the best suggestions. Huh? Look, you picked the wheels, so we might have to change these wheels up too. They've been on there a little long, and people been copying.
That's why you got a YouTube. People be copying.
I know, but we got to make it uncopyable.
Oh my god. I can't.
All right, guys. I know that was funny. All right, yeah. So we might have my wife be camera woman. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is cut this square like that size for the shifter in the floor, and then you'd have plenty of space to make a boot or do whatever I don't know a lot of people who do this, but I do this, and I'm not sure that it's correct or incorrect, but I've never had a problem. I always put marine grease on the splines when I put it in the transmission, so if you ever have to take this out again for like changing the clutch, doing whatever, it separates from, you know, from the engine easy. Like I said, in my channel, guys, I'm always about making things simpler. If it's easy to work on, then you're not gonna hate the car so much, like, or dread doing it. We got the transmission on the jack. It's about ready to be slid into, you know, the bell housing. And my dad's here, so that's really good news because he could give me a hand. I could do these by myself, but it's always best to have a second pair of hands. Makes life a little bit easier, and you know, I won't be getting all swole at the same time. Ready?
Yep. Let's go do this thing.
Ready? We're just gonna pick up. You're not picking up.
Got food coming up next.
I know, but don't worry about that. We gotta get it into place. Can you hold it for 2 seconds? Mm-hmm. Okay. Watch your hands. We gotta pretty much finesse the the transmission tunnel up just a bit so it fits the rest of the T56. Otherwise, we can't mount it to the bell housing. So I'm marking it right now where we need to hammer it out a bit. Unfortunately, the transmission is not going to fit just how it is. We're going to have to do some beating of the of the transmission tunnel. You know, to be expected with a swap vehicle. And yeah, no big deal. As you guys can see, the transmission, that's maybe 2.5 inches away. It just needs some love right in there on both sides, and then this will slide in. Pretty much where these screws are, like I said, that's where the shifter is gonna be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna mark this, and then we'll just cut a nice square, pretty much perfect where these bolts are already at. And then we'll have a nice section for the shifter. You know, after this is marked, then I'll go ahead and we'll finesse some of this transmission tunnel open just a bit, and then we'll be able to really set the transmission in place. But at least I know exactly where the shifter should be. Pretty much 2.5 inches from here. I'm gonna measure this with a tape measure, and then I'll transfer the measurements from here over. So, but it's pretty much where these bolts are at. All right, guys, we're gonna use some big boy toys. We got Thor's hammer. corny jokes today, guys. So, see all my nasty scribbles all right here. All of this needs to be hammered out. I'm actually gonna give this a light massage all the way back to where the shifter is, so I have plenty of space. I don't want to fight nothing. So this whole thing is gonna get a nice massaging, you know, full chiropractic care. All right, so I'm pretty much gonna go from here all the way back till about the shifter here. I'm gonna go inside and pull these screws out because they are gonna be in my way. But yeah, I'm just gonna make it a nice, make it really easy to access the transmission if I ever need to. And having space is really what it's all about. All right, guys, we're getting close, but this is some work. I got a lot of this real good, as you guys can see. But I gotta get a little bit more right in here. I gotta get more on this seam here, and just a little bit more over in the belly here. Once we get this a little bit more and the belly just a little bit, then I think the transmission will go in for sure. All right, this came in today. My wife is gonna open it up all beautifully like.
All gracefully. I'm like.
Yeah, you better be careful. You're gonna slice your fingers. Just use them long old nails of yours.
No, they're too expensive to ruin. Ooh, that's nice.
Go ahead and pull them out.
Safety first.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which part? These?
Yeah.
These some headers?
Yeah.
Nice.
So guys, these are from Speed Engineering. This is what we're going with for the time being. I actually use these same exact headers on the 300Z. And the funny part is they're made for the S10, but they worked really well for the Z. Now, I'll end up putting these on once we get the transmission and everything on. And another piece of the puzzle. Oh, the welding, yeah. The TIG welding looks really nice. That's what I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to get that TIG welder so I could do pretty stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see how she just threw it, unpackages it all nice, and just throws it in. We're keeping that.
Leave me alone. Go away.
Yeah, that was so good, BB. She's like, ooh, nice trash.
No, it's not gonna break. It's made out of, it's welded pretty nicely and it's strong. Good. Stainless steel.
Begging for your life 'cause that's a lost cause. High stakes, body armor, suicide, boy. It's the time for games and it's the time to kill. Make up your mind, baby, 'cause the time is here.